Raiden, you appear to be suffering significant mental and emotional confusion. On the surface, you believe your cause for killing cyborgs is just. But deep inside, some part of you does not accept it. Some part of you does not truly believe in your sword of justice. It has lowered your effectiveness in the field.
I know. But if I just throw all that away, I'll...
Do you wish to abort the mission?
No. I'm the only hope those kids have got.
You have an important decision to make, Raiden. And soon. For now, it would be best if you avoided combat altogether.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Raiden, are you okay? Sam sure plays dirty.
No, he's right. The cyborgs who signed on with Desperado and World Marshal, most of them had no other choice. No one put a gun to their heads, but they were screwed to begin with. Their contracts worked completely against them.
Still...
I knew all that, but hearing those voices, it hit me hard. I guess I was just kidding myself the whole time.
Still, there's nothing you could have done for them. But those children...
I'll get them back.
Raiden, I just wish I could do more from here.
It's all right, Courtney. Sometimes just having someone to talk to is good enough.
I'm happy to help. I should probably save your data. All right, save complete. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, Raiden out.
Why did I trust them? Stupid! Couldn't even help them.
I know, Jack. I know. Not so black and white now, is it? Is your cause just? Or is that just what you tell yourself? Fuck you!
How pleased you are to chop away, Jack the Ripper. My name is Monsoon, of the Winds of Destruction. Yeah, I guessed as much. Feasting on the insides of your enemies? How easily you ignore the loss of life when it suits your convenience. So tell me, who saves the weak from the man who saves the weak?
You're the ones exploiting them. You take advantage of their weakness. Of course they get hurt, when you set them up as your human shield.
Kill or be killed, Jack. Phnom Penh taught me that. Yes, you aren't the only one to grow up on the killing fields. War is a cruel parent, but an effective teacher. Its final lesson is carved deep in my psyche. That this world and all its people are diseased. Free will is a myth. Religion is a joke. We're all pawns, controlled by something greater. Memes. The DNA of the soul. They shape our will. They are the culture. They are everything we pass on. Expose someone to anger long enough, they will learn to hate. They become a carrier. Envy, greed, despair, all memes, all passed along.
How about full of shit? Is that a meme?
You can't fight nature, Jack. Wind blows, rain falls, and the strong prey upon the weak. Sam tells me you see your weapon as a tool. Something that saves lives, a means of justice. Now there's a pretty meme. Exquisite. It spared you the burden of all the lives you've taken. Absolved you of guilt when you enjoyed it. That is until the illusion was broken. Don't be ashamed. It's only nature running its course. You have no choices to make, nothing to answer for. You can die with a clear conscience.
You're right. About me, I mean. I knew something was off. After the Patriots, I thought I could walk off the battlefield and into a normal life. But here I am, surrounded by death, arguing philosophy with terrorists. I told myself this was about justice, about protecting the weak, but I was wrong.
Then you admit it.
I learned young that killing your enemies felt good. Really good. In America, my friends, my family, they helped me forget the devil inside. But who am I kidding? I was born to kill! The bit about my sword, that means of justice stuff, I guess I needed something to keep the Ripper in check when I was knee-deep in bodies.
You?
But you, all this, is a wake-up call to what I really believe. What I really am.
What are you saying?
I'm saying Jack is back. Doctor, turn off my pain inhibitors.
What? This is madness. You
do it!
All right.
Pain. This is why I fight. This is my normal. My nature.
You've lost your mind.
Who's next?
I'll take this dance. No, Sam. Report back to the chief. He's mine. You're the boss. I misjudged you. You are like us after all.
Now you're just being nasty. That nickname you love so much. Want to know how I got it? Actually, why don't I give you a demonstration? I think it's time for Jack to let her rip. Death approaches! Give it up!
At your best?
Forget it! Back to the earth with you! You bad lad! I can take it!
Enough, Raiden. It's time to focus on defeating the enemy.
Raiden? You okay? Never better, Kev. This guy was a wake-up call is all.
But you...
We'll talk later. Right now, it's time for Monsoon and Jack the Ripper to get acquainted.
A truly fascinating cyborg. Remarkable limb detachment technology. Perhaps you'd benefit from such an ability, Raiden.
Yeah, not interested.
Ah, don't be so dismissive. Just consider it. With the right tactics, it could prove quite useful.
Sure, but, you know, I just don't think I could ever get used to it.
No? Indeed, I suppose detaching parts of your body would be quite a shock to the somatosensory system.
Yeah, that too.
Raiden, this is most irregular.
Humans are irregular, Wolf. You should know that by now. Anyway, no time for chit-chat. I need you to scout out that building.
Understood.
Now what will you do? Jack Ripper! You're dead! Bullseye! Do as you
Don't be ashamed. It's only nature running its course. Your means end here.
No. I passed one. To you. Sure as the sun will rise. The slaughter will continue. Now, I return to the earth. Wind blows. Rain falls. The strong prey on the weak. All is as it should be.
Raiden?
I'm fine, Kevin. Relax. I'll get the brains. I don't want this. for anyone else.
All right, man.
Later.
You killed Monsoon. I'm impressed. The brains are in the server room undergoing training. Knock yourself out. Go nuts.
Well, Boris, that's Jack. What did you think? I read that only 1 in 50 soldiers can kill with zero hesitation. Guess I'm a 2%er, huh? I know what they went through, yeah. But I sure as hell didn't let it stop me.
No, I guess not.
Regular guys, they couldn't handle it. All the blood and body parts, the fear and dying eyes. Me, though, I like it. A lot. No hesitation, no regrets. Maybe it's in my blood. Maybe it's the Sears program. Probably both. The younger you learn a thing, the better you retain it, you know? I remember Liberia like it was yesterday. All the abuse, the threats at gunpoint. Next thing I know, I'm getting off on cutting guys to shreds.
Raiden.
But afterwards it was tough. Especially once I got to the US. I got counseling and education. But every time I talked with someone normal, I felt like all the killing I'd done was gonna crush me. And it didn't stop. Not in my dreams, anyway. I'd hear voices at night, calling out all my crimes, but I couldn't shut them out. The rest of my crew adapted to American life well enough, but I never could.
And it returns only now. I've always known you have a dark part in your mind. Perhaps I should not have hired you at all. Perhaps you should not be near battlefield.
The hell with that. If I hadn't signed up, I wouldn't be here to help put an end to this. I gotta do what I can to stop that VR training. I'm not the only one suffering. I need to do this for my old friends. The boys back in Liberia who didn't survive. I survived all the killing, thrived on it, but the experience destroyed them.
Duh.
Sorry. I better get moving.
I'm sorry, sir. Our business hours for the day have ended. We are looking forward to... Is that correct?
Watch out! They keep on coming!
Raiden, Sundowner contacted you from the top floor. Time to make your way up there. The elevators appear to be disabled, which we should have expected, I suppose.
I will access the control unit. Perhaps you can hack an elevator and make it operational.
Ooh, splendid idea. By all means, yes. It seems the guards are storming the building. Raiden, get back to the entrance. Buy me some time to get this elevator operational.
You can control that UGT as well, yes? Give them hell!
My hack was a success! Und the elevator rein! For security purposes, the building is divided into upper and lower halves. The lower area consists of offices and meeting space for staff and visitors, while confidential military projects and technical research are restricted to the upper levels.
So that's where the brains in the server room will be, up top.
Indeed. But that elevator can only access the lower floors. You need to get to the 20th floor and past the security gate there to reach the upper area.
Let me guess. Time to find another left hand?
Well, that is the problem. Security cyborgs would not have sufficient clearance. But managers and senior staff have already been evacuated, no doubt.
So...
The only option is to cut the power to the security gate, which will not be easy. It is powered by no less than 3 systems, including a backup power supply. You will need to destroy all of the electrical control panels to disable them. In any case, you should arrive at the 20th floor soon. The electrical panels are most likely hidden in the walls. Use your enhanced AR to search for any unusual heat sources inside the walls there.
Where are these electrical panels?
I believe they are hidden in the walls. Use your enhanced AR to search for any unusual heat sources.
Wolf, what's your position?
My apologies. I appear to be lagging behind once again.
It's fine. We couldn't have hacked that elevator without you.
Indeed. Your gratitude is appreciated. I am headed your way now. There is no need to wait for me. Continue with your mission.
Got it.
It seems the security measure has been neutralized. Move, Raiden! Get this Sundowner asshole! Beat the shit from him!
Whoa, Boris, whoa, all right. I get the idea.
That's some serious security they got there, huh? Pretty far cry from what we got at Maverick.
Raiden, shall I activate your pain inhibitors now?
No, keep them off. I need it this way.
Well, as you wish. I must say, I have turned more than a few men into cyborgs, but you Well, your past is most,
What you getting at, Doc? Most of the time, you're working with First World ex-military. Grown men. Compared to the average Third World child soldier, I can't really complain. Most of them, they're the sort of guerrillas your typical patient gets paid to slaughter.
Perhaps, but,
This shouldn't be news to you, Doc.
yes, but,
Look, just help me take care of those brains after I bring them back. I do my business, you do yours.
Yes. They're pouring in from everywhere. This is crazy. You do not have to fight every enemy you encounter, Raiden. Try and keep moving. Nice of them to blow open the door for me, yeah? Idiots. All these sliders in the area. Perhaps they could be put to use. Keep climbing like that. It will be much easier for you. Good, Raiden, yeah! Right a ways up now, yeah? Almost there. I have just finished analyzing the latest security data. You should find an indoor garden up ahead.
A garden? Sounds fancy.
A Japanese garden, to be precise. It is an area set aside for VIPs. Apparently, one of World Marshall's directors is a rather serious Japanese culture enthusiast.
All right. So what's this got to do with me? Is there something I need from the garden?
Not at all. You need only pass through that area to arrive at a freight elevator. I found a route to the elevator controls through the unit we hijacked downstairs. I have located the server room as well. You can reach it via the freight elevator.
Great work, Doc.
Elementary, my dear Raiden. Now, head for the garden. A Japanese garden? Ugh. It is so flashy and horrible.
Not a fan, Boris? Well, to each his own, I guess.
You know, I visited a garden like that once, in Japan. The Kairakuen, in a city called Mito. Really nice. Taxi ride there was murder, though. I figured the cabbie wouldn't be able to speak English, so I gave him a map, but he still got totally lost. I think he probably got confused because the map was in English. I didn't think that'd be a problem, since it's not like the place names are any different. But apparently, the guy couldn't even read the English alphabet.
Courtney.
Yeah?
You caught all that. Guess I was Jack the Ripper all along. All that talk about justice, and here I am. Just another killer.
Raiden.
Listen, I want you off this mission. You don't have to go through this. Kev or Doc can handle saving for me.
Raiden, I don't want...
It's my responsibility to stop them before they make another Jack. It's my duty, no one else's. That's the way it is. Live by the battlefield, die by the battlefield.
Raiden, listen.
Courtney, this isn't the place for you. Keep working with me, and you're gonna wind up someplace dark.
I'm fine with that.
What?
They're kidnapping kids. They're ripping their bodies, tearing up their souls to make soldiers. I feel like they have to pay for this. If I just quit here, how would I live with myself?
Courtney.
I mean, maybe I'd be happier going back to school, getting my MBA, making 6 figures. But now I know. I've seen the truth. And I can't just forget it. Maybe I can't do what you can, but come on. At least I can handle your data. So do you want to save or not? All right, we're set.
You're sure about this?
Positive. Look, you know you aren't Jack the Ripper. I mean, sure, you don't exactly hate every minute of your job out there, but the Raiden I'm talking to right now, he's the same one I've always known. The one who'd put his life on the line to protect the innocent, not just some maniac with a knife.
Who knows? Maybe I'm just out for revenge against everyone who made me this way.
It's more than that, Raiden. That much I know.
In any case, I'm going to stop this VR training.
All right. Good luck, Raiden.
Raiden, I have reached the 20th floor. How should I proceed?
I thought you specialized in scouting, Wolf.
My apologies. I performed much better in the city.
It's fine. Check in with Doc. I bet he can help you out.
My apologies, Raiden. I seem to have fallen behind.
No worries. Actually, I should thank you.
What are you talking about?
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have gotten Jack back.
Then, that is your true nature.
More or less. Still interested?
I find no reason to alter my objectives. From the moment we met, you have acted on emotional urges. You speak of protecting those weaker than you. Such people number in the billions. It is impossible. You cannot save every human being in the world. You cannot save every street child. After extended observation, I have come to a conclusion. Your actions are rooted in affinity for those from similar circumstances as yours.
Huh. Guess so. Not much of a superhero after all, huh?
However, your emotional status is understandable. Perhaps I share this same affinity.
Well, if that's what you feel, then glad to have you along.
Roger.
You can reach the server room via the freight elevator just ahead.
Now that is a weapon, eh? The great warhammers of medieval Europe were invented for breaking down heavy suits of armor. They were used by Russian cavalrymen for a long time, too. I would bet this hammer is intended for cyborg armor, yes?
Probably. It's too big to swing without advance warning, though. Ought to be easy to parry.
Duh. Let us hope you are right.
How's it going with the brain units, Doc? Any problems?
Oh, they could not be better. They're being kept at exactly 36 degrees Celsius with a steady, uninterrupted supply of oxygen and glucose. Synchronizing them with our equipment posed some difficulty, but everything's perfectly stable now.
That's good to hear. What kind of VR are they getting?
I prepared very comfortable rooms for each and every one. It's not quite Schloss Neuschwanstein, but each one enjoys the equivalent of a 4-star hotel suite. Every room includes an attached pool and an extensive library of on-demand video programming. 3 meals are delivered daily, and while we're only able to do so much vis-a-vis taste sensation, it should satisfy the psychological need for food, at least.
Doesn't sound too bad. I wouldn't mind a little VR training like that for a change.
Oh, be my guest. I'd like to experience it for myself, you know, but for now it is available to cyborgs only. Exciting work is being done in the realm of invasive brain-machine interfaces, but there simply isn't much demand for it at the moment.
I guess not too many folks are willing to stick electrodes in their brains just for a taste of VR.
Perhaps, but the sense of reality is considerably improved over nanomachine-based non-invasive methods. If prices were kept low enough, I imagine the video game industry at least would clamor for it.
Who coded the virtual hotel?
An assistant. He used to write VR programs for UGs, but now specializes in cyborg software. A bit of a niche right now, yes, but when brain-machine interfaces take off, it will be a big business. The children's accommodation is a reworked version of the original beta software he built. The room's 3D models are all made using free libraries. It couldn't have been easier.
I wish everyone loved their work as much as you do, Doc. They don't go stir-crazy, though? Cooped up in their rooms?
There's little I can do about that. Creating an open world would take orders of magnitude more resources.
What about communication?
Another weak spot, yes. The NPCs available to us are all for military training purposes. It will be some time until we see VR characters capable of convincingly human interaction. Sadly, we're also not yet able to connect multiple brains to a single VR space. My assistants are operating virtual agents to give them a bare minimum of mental care. But our team is limited in size, and none of us are medical professionals, you know.
They can't stay in there forever.
You are almost at the server room, Raiden. Good luck.
What do you think about what Monsoon said earlier about memes? You think we're all doomed to follow some coded-in routine? That there's no free will?
Well, you're always going to have restraints based on what culture you're born into. The concept of memes was first proposed by Richard Dawkins in a book called The Selfish Gene. Dawkins, a biologist, stated that even if the actions of a living thing appear to be altruistic, each of its genes is still engaging in selfish behavior, purely as a matter of survival.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He went on to define memes as a different kind of self-replicating unit. They're the genes of a culture, from fashion to chord progressions in music, even political expression. And just like normal genes, they replicate. They grow, infecting more and more people.
You buy a shirt you like and put it on. Other people see you wearing it, then buy it for themselves.
Yeah, the genes of a culture makes it all sound pretty lofty. But the way Dawkins puts it, memes can also transmit worthless things, even the bad parts of a culture. Fashion's one thing, but value-related memes can put huge restraints on people's lives. For example, the idea that having lots of money is the ultimate goal, the thing we should all strive for.
Like in the US.
Any capitalist country, really. But anyway, you catch this money worship meme, then not only are you trying to get rich, you're also spreading that idea to other people. You have to. If that meme isn't the cultural norm, then what are you working for?
So you start spreading the word about how important it is to succeed, earn status.
Right. And the really contagious memes can be even worse. For example, revenge. A guy sees his countrymen killed by terrorism, so he becomes a terrorist and retaliates. It's an infinite loop.
I think it's the same thing with child soldiers. Kids' parents are killed by other kids, so they join the war next and start killing other people's parents. There's gotta be a way to break the cycle, though.
Dawkins wrote about that, too. How we can rebel against our genes and memes. Once you're aware of your own memes, you can train yourself to identify and replicate the good ones.
And kill the bad ones.
Right.
Well, that starts with me stopping this VR shit. The Sears program's one hell of a bad meme machine.
The server room's ahead?
Yes, according to what I have here.
What should I expect to find? If they're VR training those brains, I'm guessing it won't look like your typical IT department.
Quite right. Most of it will likely be occupied by life support units, feeding oxygen and nutrition to the brains they have stored, you know. They would also need a server to feed them the VR data, but in terms of structure, it's really more brain storage and maintenance than a server room. But no doubt it makes a convenient euphemism for what they are really doing there.
Yeah, like how CIA agents refer to where they work as the company.
Indeed. Something like that would never arouse the suspicions of rank-and-file staff who may hear it. And I'm sure those complicit in this operation feel better not calling it the VR training room. Even something so simple as a name can help one ignore the truth of what they are doing. Truly fascinating how the human brain works.
So this whatever room, that's where Sundowner's waiting, right? If he wants a fight, I wish he'd just get on with it. He didn't seem the type to run and hide.
Well, he is in charge of security, but I suspect this is not about business. If I had to guess, I would say he is toying with you, testing you, perhaps.
Whatever he's doing, it won't change what's going to happen once I finally catch up with him.
No, a spare body if I had to guess, likely controlled by an AI. Well, if it's AI controlled, it should pose no problem for you, yes?
So those were spare bodies, Doc?
Indeed. Sometimes backups are built for custom-made frames like Mistral and the others. They can be used for spare parts in case of damage, or if the original body is completely destroyed. The brain can be transplanted over for a quick recovery.
But these are all AI controlled.
Yes. Most likely a standard UG AI. It may look like Mistral, but it would behave more like a UG. The same attack patterns, perhaps, but the AI will not perform up to the organic original in many respects. Such things as speed, agility, accuracy, how it responds to damage. These differences are usually quite obvious once the AI engages in combat.
So I've got nothing to worry about.
Well, bear in mind that the spares retain all the original body's abilities. I would still exercise caution if I were you.
If they already went through all this trouble, Why not just mass-produce Mistral's body?
Cost. Yes, I would imagine money to be the biggest obstacle. Mass production would certainly lower costs, but likely not enough to be competitive with general-use cyborgs. Plus, any user would need extensive training to make use of all those arms, you know? Keep going, Raiden. You are almost to the server room.
Don't disrupt the students while class is in session. I believe you're familiar with the lesson plan. The same regimen you went through in Liberia. Effective program. Just look how you turned out. Of course, running it in the real world just got a bit too complicated. Doing it virtually, though, no fuss, no muss. Straight to the brain. It's like a dream. Well, maybe dream is the wrong word. They do kill some POWs, some civilians. They enjoy it, though. We give their pleasure centers a nice big jolt every time. Plus, they get a shiny new body as a graduation present. Another thing you have in common. I chose this. They're kids, you son of a bitch. And kids are cruel. All people are by nature. They just lose touch with it as they get older. Start thinking they know right and wrong. That's immoral. War crime this, code of conduct that. Kids, you can mold. Manipulate it to performing all kinds of atrocities. And there's nothing like a good atrocity to keep a war going. That's why I'm shutting you down. You just don't see the bigger picture, do you? Say you bring this whole place down. Waltz out of the rubble with all these precious brains. Nothing changes. All the guys in charge are long gone. We've got offices around the world. We're just suppliers. We don't create the market for war.
And who does? The Patriots are gone.
Those guys just manage the war economy. They didn't invent it. Did you think every battle in history was all part of some big old conspiracy? Bullshit! War is just part of who we are. Why fight it? Anyway, none of this will matter in 3 hours. Demand for PMCs is about to skyrocket. Like the good old days after 9/11.
What are you talking about?
Not here. Follow me.
Raiden, get Sundowner. Do not lose him this time.
Raiden, Sundowner fled from you?
Not exactly, no. My guess is he wanted to make sure we didn't damage the server room. Those brains are pretty valuable merchandise. Cheap bastard.
That is plausible. He takes a very businesslike approach to his work at times. What is his current location?
Can't say. I'll have to go and find out.
I will travel in your direction, but it may take time. This area is full of hostiles.
Have you taken the building yet, Raiden?
Negative. Aren't you monitoring me?
Not while piloting an aircraft. I have to take my eyes off of you sometimes.
You don't have it on autopilot?
Well, functions such as attitude control are largely automatic on this craft, but I am wary of leaving everything to the computer. I feel safer handling speed and altitude changes myself.
Huh. Well, suit yourself. Anyway, I found the brains, but Sundowner got away. I'm pursuing him right now.
Roger that. I'm about to enter Denver airspace. You'd best take care of that hammerhead on the roof if you expect me to get anywhere close.
Working on it. Just give me some time.
Sundowner. Just unbelievable.
Yeah. This guy's an animal. There's no reasoning with him.
And you're going after him?
That's the plan. This'll be better anyway. I didn't want to fight in that server room.
Well, watch out. It might be a trap. You want to save just in case? Save complete. Be careful, Raiden.
3 hours. What could he be up to?
I don't know, but you better track him down. Whatever it is, it can't be anything good.
I'll find him.
Raiden, keep after Sundowner. Whatever he's planning, we will have bad news if we let him go.
I know.
How's this, Jack? We can play up here without damaging the merchandise.
What happens in 3 hours?
Don't matter. You're too late. Even at Mach 2, you wouldn't make it. And killing you is gonna take some time. Slow and painful.
You can be cooler than that, Jack.
Lead time's over, Jack! Target down!
What happens in 3 hours?
He'll launch Operation Tecumseh.
Who? Armstrong?
I've already said too much. I have a call to make.
Got yourself shaving?
Asshole. He's good. Real good. You knew this would happen, didn't you? Well, you get your wish. Up to you now. Sam.
Raiden here. I've taken Marshall HQ.
Yeah. I have just entered Denver airspace. I will be there soon.
Hurry.
Raiden, what Sundowner said.
I know. Anything that'll rival 9/11 cannot be good.
And in 3 hours, maybe less. He said even Mach 2 could not get there in time.
If he was serious, that's over 4,000 miles away.
4,500. So whatever it is, it's not happening on American soil.
If it's gonna spike demand for PMCs, it's gotta be a political hotspot. A coup or civil war in a stable region wouldn't have a domino effect.
And they'd want to draw in a superpower. No.
What?
The president. He's on his way to Pakistan. If something happens to him there...
Oh, shit. The War on Terror Part 2.
Contact the military.
Official channels are frozen since Mexico. Unofficial channels would take too long.
Besides, what's our proof? Who's gonna believe us over World Marshal?
Then we have to get there first.
Невозможно. Impossible. It is the other side of the planet. Even if we were in the world's fastest jet right now, it's not even close.
Hold up. It's not a jet we need.
Courtney?
An RLV would make it with time to spare.
That's...
Mach 23 if we're talking 1 atmosphere. 17,650 miles per hour.
That would make Pakistan in under half an hour.
Right. Contact Solus.
Cargo's all set to go, sir.
Excellent. Commencing takeoff in semi-auto mode. You know, this kind of space launch once required days of preparation.
Solus has been conducting test flights almost every day for the last 6 months. As long as we're not breaking atmosphere, they said they can reroute today's flight no problem.
Amazing. The Earth is the cradle of humanity, but mankind cannot stay in the cradle forever.
I'm only going as far as the thermosphere. This thing can't pass the Kármán line. That lunar vacation will just have to wait.
And here I was hoping you might bring me back a monolith. Scheiße! 2 bogies closing fast!
Is it?
Who else? The flight pattern suggests unmanned MQ-320s.
Shit.
This is a transport chopper. Our defensive options are limited. Missiles incoming!
EMP?
Yes, but not strong enough to take out the drone. Here they come!
I'll handle this.
Raiden! Have a nice flight.
And people say Germans aren't funny.
Bring the chopper around!
Said and done, you know! Raiden! Sorry, my friend. Your sacrifice will not be forgotten.
That was quite the fall, Raiden. I'm glad to see that you are all right. It's time you got out of Denver.
Raiden, are you all right?
I can handle this. You just get those brains out of here.
And what will you do?
Get out of here and to the launch site.
Ah, the young ladies' company, yeah? How fortunate they are in Colorado, too.
Yeah. Shouldn't take more than 2 hours with a set of wheels. Guess I'll just have to borrow some. A lot of cars got abandoned when the evac order came down.
But won't the roads be blocked? If you are struck by one of those missiles, or...
I know. Let me just worry about putting some distance between me and World Marshal, and what's left of it.
Raiden, are you?
I'm fine. I'm a cyborg, remember? It'll take a bigger fall than that to phase me. Have you reached her yet?
No. Most likely she is busy, duh? Nose deep in some book, not paying attention?
Yep, sounds about right.
We will find her. I'm sure she will be on the campus somewhere. I already sent advance word to her office, saying we have a big action hero with urgent business.
That'll get her attention. Think we can pull this off without her? If we have to?
No, not on short notice. She's the only one with authority who I can imagine would agree to this.
All right. Fingers crossed, I guess. I didn't realize she was that high up, though.
She was lead developer on this craft, all the way from concept stage. She could not make it alone, of course, but she is the one who put all the parts together, so to speak.
Sounds like she's picked up some leadership skills. Glad to hear it.
Project surely has separate management staff watching over it, yes, but they are not leaders. She negotiates, settles arguments between specialists working for her. Very important. Also, she has vision. She can share that vision with other people, make them see it too. That is what makes projects successful.
I bet. You can't get serious about something unless the whole team believes.
Duh. Certainly she has natural leadership ability. A gifted child in so many ways. Though the Patriots may have something to do with that.
I'd say so. What do you think? Should we see if she wants to come on board?
What? No, no! Raiden, one leader is enough for this company.
You alright, buddy? That was one hell of a drop.
Yeah, I'm good. This body's even tougher than I realized. That was some in-flight entertainment.
Yeah, no shit. Sliders or hammerheads are one thing, but the MQ-320's a full-fledged warplane. Only the USAF's supposed to have them.
Someone should tell World Marshal that.
UAV tech's grown a lot, but not that much. Fully equipped battle planes would cost a fortune. Everything in them is cutting-edge tech. The military might let a PMC operate one, but I can't think of many who could bankroll one for themselves.
Yeah, can't see the US being keen on sharing its toys. Especially with World Marshal.
The military might have loaned it out, but only for overseas ops in major hotspots. They wouldn't outsource the defense of American airspace. That's their job. Imagine the headlines. Any warplane within U.S. airspace, manned or not, it's military or nothing. That's part of the reason private UAV tech hasn't advanced as much as it could have.
If I had to guess, they were probably trainers from Peterson Air Force Base. And if World Marshal's got access to equipment like that...
Yeah. Either the Army gave them permission, or they somehow scrambled without using military channels. Either way, they're in deeper with the military than we thought.
I know I just leveled World Marshal HQ, but I don't understand why the military would get involved. I'm not an enemy combatant or anything. I can see why the police would want me, but the Air Force?
Well, you did kind of kill a bunch of police officers. Now, I know they were more World Marshal security guards than anything else, but they still had badges. And when the police can't catch you, that's when they call in the guard.
This is blowing up pretty quickly.
Pretty much full-on warfare, yeah. Asymmetric warfare, that is.
Well, we better wrap this up quick then. Any more warplanes and I could be in trouble.
I doubt Peterson's got any more MQs ready to go. You'd have seen them by now. My hunch is, someone at World Marshal probably panicked and had it dispatched after Sundowner died. There won't be another sortie. Once you're out of Denver, things won't seem so urgent for them anymore. The military can't just go around willy-nilly shooting down civilian helicopters.
Maybe. But if we're dealing with guys who can commandeer U.S. military planes without Army approval...
Well, then we'd really be screwed. But I doubt it's that easy for them.
So, you want to fill me in on your plans for later?
My plans for later? Are you making dinner reservations?
Well, there is this new sushi joint I've been meaning to check out. But, oh, right. I guess you're going to be kind of busy over in Pakistan, aren't you? You certainly seem in a good mood, at least.
Can't be a proper action hero without a joke or two.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't quit your day job. Look, we've all got our coping mechanisms, I guess.
Ask any soldier. A little levity can work wonders when you're facing death. Doesn't really matter if it's funny or not. If it helps you and your buddies relax, then it helps.
Yeah, makes sense. Sorry, I didn't mean anything by it.
Forget about it.
Okay, I got a joke for you then. 3 tomatoes are walking down the street, and they go...
I've heard this one, Courtney. And thanks for the thought, but I'll be fine.
All right. Well, anyway. So you're headed for Solus first?
Yeah, Solus Space and Aeronautics. It's a private space outfit. Ever since NASA opened up spaceflight to commercial companies, it's become a pretty crowded market.
And that's where Sonny works?
You got it. Fortunately, it's not too far from here. They got their start doing Air Force Space Command work for the Peterson Air Force Base nearby. 2 years ago, though, they built their own spaceport and moved to their current location.
Glad to hear they're close. Boris is getting in contact now. You just focus on getting out of Denver.
Copy that. Where'd you get the EMP, Doc?
Oh, that? Well, I had no intention of dogfighting in a transport helicopter. But I didn't feel comfortable flying without some modicum of protection.
Well, I'm glad you planned ahead.
Missiles these days use thermographic cameras. Flares rarely work. EMP is not completely foolproof, though. Most recent cyborgs and even many UGs are equipped with EMP countermeasures.
Why not just put EMP countermeasures in missiles as well, then?
Well, it is possible, but EMP-based missile defense is a relatively recent invention and still not common. This generator is a product of my own laboratory. It will be some time before missile technology catches up.
You never cease to amaze me, Doc.
No? Shall I add super genius to my business card upon my return?
Trust me, you deserve it. Stay sharp, though. The skies may not stay friendly for long.
Yes, of course. Of course.
Are you injured, Raiden?
Actually, no. This body's something else. Too bad I can't get back to the chopper, though.
Yes, it is too dangerous for us to approach you. Your pursuers are equipped with anti-air missiles.
Yeah, time to get the hell out of Denver. I'll commandeer a car or something.
You will go to the Solus launch facility, and then to Pakistan.
That's the plan. Shouldn't be too hard, assuming I can shake these cops. Even World Marshal can't sick an entire battalion on me. Not in time, anyway.
Please confirm your motives. Why do you wish to save the President?
It's not like I'm his #1 fan. But if I don't, it'll reignite the war on terror all over again. And that means more blood money to fatten their bottom line. You heard what Sundowner said. Maybe the brains are safe, but if I don't do something...
Raiden, allow me to join you.
You sure you want that? This could get rough.
Yes, I understand it will be a difficult mission. All the more reason for me to assist you.
Well, I could use the help.
I will find a way to exit the helicopter. Proceed out of the city. I will contact you when I am on the ground.
Copy that.
Raiden, we have contact.
So we're good to go?
Duh. They're canceling the original flight and prepping RLV craft for launch.
Great. Now we just have to figure out what I'm gonna do in Pakistan. Do we know where he's set to land?
Yes. Somewhere large enough for Air Force One, where World Marshal has presence. There is only one place. But first, there is the issue of getting to launch site in time.
Once I'm out of central Denver, I won't have so many cops for company. I'll make it.
You think they really want to assassinate the President? We still have no real evidence. It is all guesses.
Well, if we go and we're wrong, we're wrong. But if we don't go and we're wrong... Besides, this is my fight, not a Maverick job.
Well, yes, but...
Save your breath, Boris. You're not gonna stop me.
Damn! 2 fighter planes downed? Pretty impressive, Raiden. Even for you.
It's not me, really. It's this body.
Well, sure, it helps, but it would be nothing without your tactics and reactions.
Maybe. I wouldn't even dare take them on if I wasn't in this frame, though.
You never could take a compliment. I admit, the tech is pretty hot. Makes you wonder what'll happen once cyborgs become more common. It'd mess with sports, that's for sure.
I doubt we'll get to that point. A lot of groups have already explicitly banned cyborg athletes. Even the ones that haven't, well, you know, they're not gonna let them on the field.
Well, sure. But what happens once folks get used to seeing cyborgs perform all these superhuman feats? For a lot of folks, the regular stuff just wouldn't cut it after that. In fact, I bet they'd welcome you guys in stuff like extreme sports. You know, where the show's half the contest? You see that video with the cyborg skater? That's got like 100 million hits.
Novelty, Kev. Nothing more. What excites people is seeing regular folks doing superhuman things. If there's no training, no sacrifice beyond I paid for the operation, that'll get real old real quick.
Well, it's more than just the operation, though. You need brains to drive that body, right? A lot of people just like to see the limits of how far the human body can be pushed. I bet plenty would want to see just how far cyborgs can go, too. Like, a cyborg pro wrestling league could be pretty interesting, or you know, football.
I guess it could happen. Maybe then you'd consider getting enhanced. With enough cash, you could jump right into the top ranks of any cyborg sport.
It'd be nice, but I've always sucked at sports. There's no way, unless I swap out my brain, too. Nah, I'm content just watching from the sidelines.
You have escaped the pursuit?
Seems like it.
You have passed the last of the barricades. Save your strength. Find a vehicle.
Right. That should do nicely.
Everything okay on your side?
I am out of Colorado airspace and nothing on the radar.
Good. I'm almost there. Having a little heart-to-heart?
I have analyzed his words and actions. I am unable to ascertain his motivation.
Fancy meeting you here.
You knew I'd come. I suppose I should thank you for not killing everyone at the launch site.
Well, not if you say it like that.
For a hired killer, you're not very good at your job.
The war is the big payoff.
Right. Big raises all around once World Marshal gets all those contracts.
I'm not talking about money, Jack. I'm talking ideals.
Excuse me?
Forget it. We've both heard enough speeches about higher causes by now. History will decide who's right. End of story.
care who thinks I'm right. And I've got cause enough for killing you.
Huh? Oh, good. Why, that's very good. Yes, I like that.
Must you really fight?
Don't interfere.
This is between us.
And it ends here.
Okay. Let's dance!
Walk right into it!
Barely had any cyborg enhancements.
Was this outcome necessary? Evidence inconclusive.
I guess even AIs don't know everything.
It is likely no single correct answer exists. Additionally, human conflict stems from opposing ideals. and societal norms. I was not programmed with these guidelines.
You're better off figuring those out for yourself. ID locked.
A VT7 high-frequency blade. The efficacy of the enhancement directly correlates to the quality of the original weapon. My file indicates Sam inherited the sword from his father.
Going to bury it?
I will retain it in memory of Sam.
Raiden, we have less than 1 hour. Hurry!
Roger that.
So kawaii.
Are you, Mr. Raiden, sir?
Where is she?
I'll tell her you've arrived.
Over here! Hi there, stranger.
Hey, you're looking good.
Aw, who's your little friend?
Oh, it's a long story.
Shake? Good boy! I guess we don't really have time to catch up.
Sorry, not really.
It's okay. Follow me.
So exactly what kind of...
You'll see.
You built that?
Yep. It uses a hybrid lace ramjet engine I designed. Well, are you in a hurry or not?
Right. Hey, thanks, Sonny.
Hmm?
The flight plan is already set. You're good to go.
Please switch off all cell phones and portable gaming devices. And remember, this is a no-smoking flight.
Roger.
Ready for countdown.
No time for that.
Ignition!
Well, anything?
Nothing. You sure we got the right place?
Gotta be. It's the only base big enough with security contracted out to World Marshal.
All right. I'm headed in. You see that? Their EXIF codes show up as unaffiliated.
Wait, Marshall has the security contract for this base. Why would they have their cyborg set to the same illegal EXIF code as Desperado? It's evidence against them.
No, it's their alibi. They're making it look like Desperado hacked their soldiers on sight, because everyone knows Desperado has a contract with...
the Pakistani rebels. But if we go public with the Desperado-Marshall connection...
Won't matter. Not when they've got this nice big foreign threat all cooked up and ready to serve. The media and the public won't be able to resist. Remember WMDs in Iraq?
Damn it, you're right. It's another slam dunk. What about any humans on the base? Marshall only handled security.
Dead, most likely. Or brain-jacked, if they needed them to keep up appearances.
They'd never publicize what airport the president was flying into, not in this region. And almost no one would have access to an outside line for security reasons. It wouldn't be difficult to keep things hush-hush. At least until Air Force One arrives.
I'm heading for the control tower. If I can destroy the antenna array, the US military will know something's wrong.
Good idea. Be careful.
Sam's gone, and I blew the winds of destruction away. I'll be fine.
Raiden, what is the status at the base?
Overrun with Desperado cyborgs, as expected. Security's still pretty lax, though.
Yes. I don't think they're anticipating another cyborg to show up. They are, after all the way out in Pakistan. Doubtful there will be any cyborgs here, except at the base. Forces hired by the US. And more doubtful they are expecting a cyborg to drop in at Mach 23.
Yeah. Still, they've got to know I'm here. Sam was smart enough to figure out that I'd take that launch vehicle.
Yes, but they couldn't have sent backup to this base within 3 hours after Sundowner died. Perhaps they could have arranged it so the plane was scrapped if Sam died. But if they already occupied the base, then there is no longer any canceling out.
Probably not. Which means we've pretty much already won. Sam's dead. The winds of destruction, too. And none of their standard cyborgs or UGs have a chance against me.
No, certainly not. Though I wonder who is behind this operation anyway.
Not Armstrong?
Well, yes, but who is running things at the base? The Senator would never be there himself. But this is too elaborate an operation to direct remotely.
Yeah. No amount of network tech could take the place of a command structure on the ground. Gotta be someone else from World Marshal, I guess.
A cyborg, perhaps. One with specialized combat body, like Sundowner and the others. I do not mean to alarm you, but use caution.
Yeah. Copy that.
Right. Our enemy has multiple options for striking the president in Pakistan. At the base after landing, while in transit within the country, during the meeting. But if Sundowner's right, they're gonna strike within 3 hours after you killed him.
Which means they're either gonna attack Air Force One, or they'll wait until he lands.
I kinda doubt there are any Pakistanis on board Air Force One, though. It's not like in the movies. They never let foreign press on the flight. They could try to shoot it down from afar, I guess. But anything the Pakistan Air Force could deploy would show up on US radar instantly.
Which means their best bet at kickstarting another war on terror would be post-landing.
They're probably set up for the assassination over at the base. You better get moving.
In Pakistan already, and so quickly. Ah, science never ceases to amaze me.
When it's for peaceful purposes, you mean?
Well, yes, of course. Of course. I must say, though, the engineer behind that RLV craft looked rather young to me.
Yeah, a gifted kid, you might say.
I would love a chance to meet her sometime.
Why? What would you say to her?
Oh, I don't know. It's always just such a stimulating experience. Speaking with scientists from fields other than mine, that is. It often leads to all sorts of new insights, new ideas to work with. And speaking of that, I've yet to meet Dr. Emmerich, too.
I doubt you two would get along, actually.
Oh, you think so?
Anyway, how are the brains doing?
Oh, just fine. Safe and sound in Mexico. Now I just have to get them loaded and en route to Germany. Of course, the real challenge will come after that, I suppose.
Yeah. We'll get there when we get there.
Indeed. Indeed. Do be careful in the meantime.
How's it look inside the base?
Firmly in cyborg hands. All human soldiers are either dead or have been brain-jacked.
What are they doing in there?
Patrolling for intruders. In other words, you.
I bet they're nervous. Probably weren't expecting me to be here.
Let us hope so. I doubt they wish to create a large commotion at this point in time. Should things seem awry from the air, or the ATC tower goes offline, Air Force One will most likely opt to land elsewhere.
Well then, what do you say we make a large commotion? I'll fight my way to the tower.
Roger. Continuing with reconnaissance.
How was the ride?
Hey, Sonny. Fine, thanks. Though I wouldn't call it the smoothest ride ever. You sure that thing's really airworthy?
Well, what do you expect? You're traveling at a few dozen times the speed of sound. I mean, she operates well within all the projected margins of safety, so yes. We'll have to work on the turbulence levels a bit before we can take tourists on it. But come on, you really can't complain.
So, it's meant mainly for cargo at the moment?
Mm-hmm. We got a contract with COTS, NASA's Commercial Orbital Transportation Services. Mostly handling space deliveries, that kind of thing. We also joined the C3PO, the Commercial Crew and Cargo Program Office's Passenger Transport Program.
So soon we'll have private spacecraft bringing crew to the International Space Station. Wild times we're living in.
Well, the space race has been over for decades now. It's no longer something countries engage in for vanity's sake. Still, lots of people are starting to see the industrial value of zero-gravity experiments. Plus, the costs are getting lower and lower with each passing year, to the point where we'll have a serious space tourism industry before long.
Yeah, I heard about the space hotel the Russians opened up. But we're still not going any further than orbit, right?
Well, one company's planning to have a lunar landing craft complete by 2020. Not ours, though. I'm just hoping we can get to Jupiter while Hal's still alive.
Jupiter, huh? Wow, that's pretty far.
Oh, hey! How did Earth look from up there?
I can't even put it into words. I know I was still under the Kármán line, but it looked exactly like every satellite photo of Earth I've ever seen. No borders, no nothing. Just a whole lot of blue. Hopefully next time around I can take my time and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But first things first, you know?
Yep. Well, good luck, Jack. Raiden.
Raiden, there is no time to worry about the soldiers. Get to the control tower.
You designed that thing too, Sonny?
Nobody designed her.
Nobody?
Yep. She pretty much evolved by herself.
I think I may be missing something here.
We used a genetic algorithm to make it. Ever hear of that? They use it to build the cars for bullet trains and stuff. Basically, we start by creating a few different models of aircraft. The data for each design is treated as the genes for a new aircraft. They all get crossbred with each other in virtual space. Eventually, you come up with offspring that exhibit genes from each original design.
Offspring?
You know, children. Each child then competes with the others for survival in the virtual space. The kids that have the best aerodynamic traits survive and pass on their genes, creating the next generation of aircraft. You get this sort of gene-based evolution across generations, like animals in real life.
I'm having a hard time imagining aircraft having kids like that. Anyway, what's with the two wings on the top and the bottom?
Oh yeah, the swept wings? They're set up so that the sonic booms they create wind up bashing against each other, cutting down on shockwaves. The idea has been hard to implement due to issues with elevation and wingtip treatment. But thanks to the genetic algorithm, the RLV worked out all the problems herself.
Herself, huh? Makes it sound like you're more breeder than designer.
Raiden, there is no time to worry about the soldiers. Get to the control tower.
It isn't Saucy Jack. Just a little too late, as usual.
Armstrong! Impressive little toy you've got there. But your plan ends here.
Idiot! You're not ending our plan. You're expanding it. Check the internet lately.
Raiden, Air Force One is turning back to the States.
What? How'd they know?
Someone posted photos of what's happening on the base. The whole world is up in arms.
Show me. How did they? The story leaked early. Then Marshall's plan is ruined.
The hell it is. Look what they're saying. The story just went live, and already they're calling for blood.
But the president was saved.
And yet American blood was spilled.
By Americans. Besides, a few dozen soldiers is tragic, but nothing to start a major war over.
That's just a spark, son. The excuse we've been waiting for. America's wanted this war for years. The Patriots, they knew war was good for the economy. 4 years later, their legacy lingers on.
The memes.
They left us their great isms. Nationalism, unilateralism, materialism. Welcome maxims for those with no faith, without guiding principles of their own. Give yourself up to the whole. No need to better yourself. You're American. You're number one. Then the only value left is dollar value. The economy. So we'll do whatever it takes to keep it humming along. Even war. Especially war.
Bullshit!
The Patriots planted the seed. We don't need them around to filter and foster their memes any longer. We're spreading them just fine ourselves. Every American man, woman, and child. We're all sons of a Patriots now! We just need something to jumpstart the economy out of this funk. This recession it's been stuck in since the fall of SOP.
And the military costs? Wasting billions is going to help the economy?
PMCs, arms manufacturers, job creators, Jack. All those workers spending money, paying taxes. Trust me, a little war can work wonders.
So grease the gears with some innocent blood, is that it?
Oh, relax, Jack. It's a war on terror. We're not out to kill civilians. Extremists, lawless gangs, madmen. Of course, that would have to include you. Wouldn't want any eyewitness reports complicating the message.
Raiden, that tank is from AT Corp, codename Metal Gear Excelsis.
Metal Gear.
It's not nuclear equipped, but Metal Gear is still in the product name.
Fancy. That's just a PR thing then, huh?
Perhaps. The term was coined because they were meant to serve as gears. Gears linking infantry with weaponry, duh?
I guess Ray didn't have any nukes either.
Duh. It will be useless as a tactical weapon with that sort of equipment. Once we entered the era of asymmetrical warfare, after the Cold War, the idea of a deterrent force fell out of fashion.
Right, because people preferred weapons that could actually be used to kill people.
Yes, I would guess they call it Metal Gear to separate it from smaller Walker-type UGs. Excelsis means high or lofty. It is also the species name of Apatosaurus, the dinosaur.
Apatosaurus? That used to be Brontosaurus, right? It's definitely big enough. But why do they have one? I'm sure they can afford it, but I thought the whole point of Tecumseh was to shift the blame away from World Marshal.
It is smokescreen, I think. Part of this op must be to disguise the source of their funding. I know Desperado makes good money, but this is not a thing thugs like that could purchase. I think the purpose is to make this incident seem bigger and more elaborate than it really is. With this, it appears like more than a simple Pakistani border group supporting Desperado. It suggests that ISI is involved, or maybe terrorists from an OPEC nation. It will lead to war. A world war. One with two very distinct sides for a change.
Christ. And that asshole Armstrong calls it a war on terror.
If the Western nations begin chasing down terrorists, they will respond in kind, just as before. And before long, Western civilians will once again become targets. Can you stop it, Raiden?
Don't know, but I gotta try.
Raiden, you okay?
Yeah. Just wasn't expecting that, that's all. They didn't need to kill Hamilton at all for Tecumseh to work. Fabricating an assassination attempt was all they really needed to do.
Yeah, I should have guessed considering the political climate in the US. Ever since the Occupy movement, Wall Street's been manipulating the media. You know, scapegoating foreign interests in order to divert the public's attention.
Which played a part in the Patriot memes. just like he was saying.
Probably. If being an American's the only thing you've got to be proud of, it's easy to just start blaming non-Americans for all the problems you have to deal with.
And it's not just a US thing either. You've seen how anti-immigration all the first world nations are these days. The whole "they took our jobs" bit, it's an easy story to swallow.
The Patriots spreading their memes worldwide. That's how Armstrong had probably put it. And, just like he said, materialism runs rampant among the financial elite. They see exploiting the poor as a sign of their success. They enter businesses that accomplish nothing for anyone besides themselves. I mean, it's a fact that manufacturing jobs have been drained from first world countries, immigration or not. That's not the immigrants' fault. It's the fault of the bankers and the financiers. The folks who pressed for globalization so they could pad their quarterly figures.
Yeah, pretty obvious if you take a sec to think about it.
That's harder than you think, you know. Getting an objective picture of what's really going on? Hell of a lot easier to passively accept other people's opinions and standards. Still, the memes that get spread around can be good and bad in equal measures. It's our job to pick the good ones. Spread those around a little more.
Sure is. But before that...
Yeah. Think you can stop him?
No matter what. You hear that speech? Hell of a politician.
Yeah, it's scary.
He's calling this an anti-terror war, saying he's not gonna harm any civilians.
Despite the fact that tons have been killed already in so-called wars on terror. Besides, the terror here is all fake.
Yeah.
I know it's not exactly unheard of for groups in Pakistan to terrorize the government. But, I mean, this is so ridiculous. Going on this noble quest to shoot down terrorists and restore faith in America?
What he said, though, it works.
What do you mean?
You saw the footage. Hamilton's fine, and still everyone's calling for blood. The people have spoken. They want war. And Armstrong's doing it all for the money. And for his polling numbers. Bastard will do whatever it takes to get the public on his side. I kill him, and I don't know. Then what? What's it gonna change? If the world's gonna do its own thing, either way, what's the...
Raiden, get a hold of yourself. Just because people want war, that makes it okay to start one purely for profit? For some twisted sense of pride?
No.
And let's not forget, he's trying to kill you. Look, just... How about I save your data while you get your head together? Right. Save complete. I know I can't do much more than that, Raiden. But just try to get back alive, okay?
My. A Metal Gear Excelsis.
I know I've heard that name before.
Indeed. It made the news several times during development. A lot of people thought they'd have a hard time finding a buyer.
It's enormous.
One of the first large-scale, multi-legged tanks AT Corp has made in some time. UGs have grown smaller and smaller, but this is certainly a 180-degree change of direction.
So why do it?
The advance of artificial musculature is one reason miniaturization has grown so rapidly. But another is the shift from nuclear deterrence to asymmetrical warfare. Deploying such a large unit for guerrilla or urban warfare would be overkill. So collateral damage alone would be stupendous. Once cyborg tech began to advance, though, small-scale UGs were no longer so effective. Against an adversary of the same size, a cyborg with human-level decision-making skills, well, it will always have the advantage. So, as the theory goes, why not make UGs giant again? Overwhelm the cyborg with sheer firepower. That was the idea that led to Excelsis.
Like you said, overkill. But it's still no good in urban combat, right?
Correct. Assuming you weren't intending to raise the urban area in the process anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, a Gecko-class UG is too large for many parts of city areas, but also too small to simply trample any buildings and such standing in its way. But this magnificent beast, it could smash whole houses without even breaking stride.
And what? It's just sorry, but fuck you civilians? I mean, even if they were just knocking down houses, the media'd have a field day.
I sincerely doubt they care. If a US soldier dies in combat, it's nationwide front-page news. If civilians in wherever Stan are killed in an airstrike, nobody gives a second thought. But you know, they talk about the deterrent effect of this UG, about it striking fear in people's hearts. If there is a UG airstrike, you don't have any time to flee. But if this behemoth was lumbering your way...
You'd run. Anyone would. Except trained guerrillas.
Precisely. Plus, the UG would only be fighting against actual combatants. With a manned ground unit like that, there's a lesser chance of erroneous strikes. Plus, the legs make navigating rugged terrain a veritable walk in the park. And it would take much more than a rocket launcher to take it down. The crew couldn't be safer.
Is there really that much demand, though?
Ah, that is the question, yes. Of course, we would seem to have our answer now. If things go the way Armstrong wants them to, before too long, we could see whole herds of Excelsior trampling across Pakistan's Sparta.
Raiden! Are you okay? That's a pretty crazy Metal Gear.
Kind of a far cry from your Mark II and III, huh, Sonny?
In the end, nothing ever changes. Science always ends up being used for war.
No, it's like any weapon. It's only a tool. It's all up to who wields it. Not everyone has their own selfish agenda. Some people like you are making a difference for the better.
If only I could believe that.
Cheer up, Sonny. You have the power to bring hope to a lot of people.
Yeah, you're right.
slippery little bastard! I don't have time for this.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me!
Let's go!
The hell are you thinking?
Played college ball, you know.
That's some cushy Ivy League school.
Try University of Texas. Could have gone pro if I hadn't joined the Navy. I'm not one of those beltway pansies. I could break the president in two with my bare hands. Don't fuck with this, Senator.
What the hell are you?
Why don't you stick around and find out? Going down.
It does not make sense. Your hits have no effect.
No shit. Nothing's working. Who the fuck is this guy?
Damn! What the hell is that guy on? He sent you flying with one punch. There's no way he's 100% human.
If you've got any more intel on him, Kev, now'd be a good time to share it.
The only stuff in his file even slightly related is his background in college football and the Navy. Nothing here to suggest any kind of cyborg augmentation, but his body has to have been modified somehow.
That much I guessed.
Raiden, are you all right?
Yeah, a little shaken up, but I'm okay. This is not going to be easy.
Raiden, you've got to make it back, okay? Promise me.
Sure, Courtney. But for now...
You got it. You're good to go.
Thanks. Later.
That strength is simply astounding. He is at least your match, if not more. You appear to have a speed advantage, but even a single blow from him could prove fatal.
What the hell is he, Doc? Cyborg?
I cannot say. I assume it would be impossible for a politician to conceal enhancements from the public. And as far as I can see from here, he does not appear to be a cyborg.
So, what then?
Some kind of new technology, perhaps? It is certainly nothing I am familiar with. Patriot censorship is gone, but I'm still not privy to everything. Classified data research, for example. In any case, against such force, I should think that parrying is the best you can hope for. However, this could make counterattacking even more difficult. For now, all you can do is fend him off. Do not venture too close. Watch for him to act.
Damn it.
Are you all right, Raiden?
More or less. What is with this guy?
I don't know. I mean, he's a senator, right? I could understand if he was piloting Metal Gear, but a normal human being able to send you flying like that? It's inconceivable.
Yeah, unless that body's more than human. Whew. I don't like this one bit.
If I knew it was gonna be like this, I would have never helped you get to Pakistan.
Don't worry. Just means this will be a little more of a workout. I'll be back soon, with souvenirs.
Raiden.
This is how I work. I could crush you with just one fist. Let's not forget to enjoy this. What? Nice, nice.
Typical politician. Big promises, but all talk.
What?
Jumpstart the economy. What a load of bullshit! All you care about is lining your own pockets. That and your approval ratings. You've got no principles. Just like all the rest. If America's gone to shit, you're just another maggot crawling in the pile.
All right, the truth then. You're right about one thing. I do need capital and votes. Want to know why? I have a dream.
What?
That one day, every person in this nation will control their own destiny. A land of the truly free, damn it. A nation of action, not words, ruled by strength, not committee. Where the law changes to suit the individual, not the other way around. Where power and justice are back where they belong. In the hands of the people! Where every man is free to think, to act for himself! Fuck all these lipstick lawyers and chicken shit bureaucrats! Fuck this 24/7 internet spew of trivia and celebrity bullshit! Fuck American pride! Fuck the media! Fuck all of it! America's diseased, rotten to the core. There's no saving it. We need to pull it out by the roots. Wipe the slate clean. Burn it down! And from the ashes, a new America will be born! Evolved, but unchanged! The weak will be purged. And the strongest will thrive. Free to live as they see fit. They'll make America great again!
What the hell are you talking about?
You still don't get it. I'm using war as a business to get elected! So I can end war as a business. In my new America, people will die and kill for what they believe! Not for money, not for oil! Not for what they're told is right. Every man will be free to fight his own wars! So, What do you think?
How the hell did you get elected?
Well, I don't write my own speeches. You should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else.
Maybe I was wrong about you.
Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack.
I was wrong. You're not greedy. You're batshit insane!
Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg.
Not when you're purging the weak, right? What do you know about the weak? You weren't born poor. You've never been hungry. You don't know what it's like to fight, and steal, and kill just to survive.
But you did survive! Through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life.
And now, I'll take yours.
Come on, Jack. Can't we just discuss this?
He broke a high-frequency blade with bare hands?
Ugh. Guns, swords, fists, doesn't matter. If he wants a fight, I'll give him a fight.
Raiden! Yes, you are right. It is him or you now.
Raiden, you there? Look, don't listen to him, okay? He's nuts!
Yeah, maybe. Either way, I know what I have to do.
Raiden!
What's up, Courtney? You sound nervous.
Well, I am. He's completely out of his mind. And he seems unstoppable.
Maybe. No point trying to talk it out anyway. I beat him, or he beats me.
Yeah, I guess. Just try to keep your cool, okay? You want to save? All set. Be careful.
He broke an HF blade with his bare hands. I was barely scratching him anyway. Whenever my blade landed, it was like hitting a cyborg. What the hell's going on here, Doc?
Difficult to say for certain. Claytronics, perhaps?
Claytronics?
Yes, clay. Like molding clay. Picture a great number of nanomachines formed into a block. These nanomachines are capable of changing position relative to the others on command. They move how they are instructed, and so the block can take on any number of forms. Imagine clay which you do not alter with your hands. You simply think of a shape and it becomes that.
What's the connection, Doc?
Well, what if you built a human form out of this clay? A form that can freely bend its arms and legs however it pleases. In other words, a completely free-moving nanomachine body.
That's impossible.
Not impossible, just extremely difficult. I thought it was only theoretical before now. Nanotechnology is not a specialty of mine, but it would follow with the right implementation. A user could adjust the binding force of the nanomachines to armor himself against damage.
Okay, let's say that's it. How do I beat him?
Well, he can't possibly be directing every individual nanomachine with his brain. There must be some kind of core unit at the heart of the system controlling them all. Destroy that, and the entire system should go offline.
So Zandatsu is hard? Makes sense if I had a sword.
Calm down, Raiden. You won't stand a chance against this guy if you lose your cool.
I'm fine, Sonny. But I won't let him get away with this.
Be careful, Raiden.
Won't you die?
Nanomachine, son! They harden in response to physical trauma. You can't hurt me, Jack! What did I just say? Time to end this. You piece of shit! All right. I think we're about done here.
Raiden.
Wolf.
Begin playback.
2 years I've been working towards this. And on the last day, Blondie has me doubting the whole thing. We'll leave it up to fate then, shall we, Wolfie? A duel to the death. May the best man win.
Sam.
I cut him down, and that's that. Back to a regularly scheduled international incident. But if he beats me, if I die here, the lock on my blade will disable after a couple hours. What happens after that is up to you, Wolfie.
Ha! Even dead, that guy's a pain in my ass. So... you think that little sword can save your master? Well, go ahead then. But make no mistake, Fido. When I'm finished with him, you're next.
I was not designed to fear termination.
Huh?
However, Directive 01 is to ensure all data acquired is preserved and passed along. To expire here would violate that directive.
That's a good boy.
However, Raiden came to my aid. I have learned from him. When Samuel fell, data analysis was inconclusive. But that has changed. I have established new parameters now, created my own directives.
You little fuck. Damn much!
I said my sword was a tool of justice. Not used in anger. Not used for vengeance. But now I'm not so sure. And besides, this isn't my sword.
Come on!
Okay. Let's dance.
Ready or not, Jack, here we go!
Very interesting. Perhaps with that sword you could land a blow or two. Running high-frequency waves through a blade serves to enhance its cutting power. But it cannot completely alter the weapon's original properties, you know. In other words, the higher the original quality of a sword, the more formidable an HF blade it makes.
Raiden. Kill him.
Raiden! Are you alright? Why does this kind of thing always happen to you? You've been a victim of war ever since you were a kid. It's not right.
Not just me, Sonny. It's you too. Millions of victims all over the world. It's easy to blame it all on guys like Armstrong. But it's more than that. It's everyone's fault. Anyone who goes through life blindly following others, following orders, never questioning what they're told, that's gotta change. I'm not sure how, but killing this guy seems like a good first step. We rescued America from the Patriots. I won't let Armstrong make it a wasteland.
Raiden!
Come on, Sonny. Don't worry. Let me see a smile.
Raiden, there's no other way. I understand that now. You've got to stop him. You've got to kill him. You have to, Raiden. You have to kill him. Come back safe, okay?
Cut him, Raiden. It's the only option. Reinforced anti-shock nanomachines? This man is unbelievable. But perhaps you can hurt him with that blade.
That Sam really was a piece of work.
Die, you little...
Well done, Jack. Your dream dies with you. Oh, maybe not. You've guaranteed the status quo will go on. For a while longer, at least. War will continue as an institution, as an industry. Men will fight for reasons they don't understand. Causes they don't believe in. But at least I'll leave a worthy successor. You,
Jack. You carve your own path. Use whatever methods you see fit. You don't let legal bullshit get in the way. And if it costs a few lives, so be it. Deep inside, we're kindred spirits. You and I.
Official pet right for your family? But first, our top story. President Hamilton returns from Pakistan today, completing his first visit to the country since the failed assassination attempt in Shahbazbad last May. In meetings with Pakistani President Farooq Salam, the two leaders agreed to a new joint initiative in the War on Terror, whereby U.S. Marines will be stationed in Pakistan and given wider authority to conduct operations within the country. This is amidst growing tensions within Pakistan between the country's civil and military leadership, with many in the government calling on the ISI Military Intelligence Agency to be investigated.
Unbelievable. After all that.
For the last time, let it go, Courtney. At least Armstrong will never be president.
But, I mean, Raiden.
It's not known whether that number would include private military contractors, which the Hamilton administration has made clear will play a significant role.
There he is.
I have excellent news. We are approved. The new corporation is established.
Nice work, Doc. I guess the world's first cyborg staffing firm is officially open for business.
We are certified for construction and long-term nursing care, but this is just the beginning. The potential for new roles cyborgs can play is limitless.
And we're sure this isn't child labor?
The older children can work now, the rest when they come of age. And it's strictly voluntary, you know.
We're not running a charity here, huh? Donations alone would not even cover their maintenance. Besides, this way they'll learn a trade. Perhaps some discipline, huh?
It's not a perfect solution. But you know what? At least these kids will get a decent education.
Well, I'm not about to return them to the streets, or to broken homes. At least we can give them a chance, huh?
No!
Oops.
An imperfect solution for an imperfect world.
Well, another benefit. A peaceful application for all my research.
Since when do you care?
Well, recent events have been food for thought, shall we say?
No kidding.
Speaking of recent events, how's our new recruit working out?
Ah, yes, quite well. Quite well.
Oi! Sonny! Where you have this then?
Hang on. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, okay. You make me head spin, you know? You're same age as me, but all this spaceship, you're genius, girl.
Mm-hmm.
And you're hot for days.
Huh? Where did that come from?
Alert. Alert. Rescinded.
This about a crazy world, nah? For me see that ninja, me never think I've been this kind of life.
Yeah.
Huh?
He rescued me too, you know. Saved my life. I owe him everything. To some people, he'll always be Jack the Ripper. I know all about his past. He had it rough. And he hurt a lot of people. But that's not the Raiden I know. The Raiden I know is a hero.
Looking down on the cars on the highway, the stream of taillights, everybody advancing together to so willingly sacrifice rights. When people accept their cogs in the system, give up free will, conform, individual pieces that swirl together and become a force storm. Looking down on the burgeoning city, the skyscrapers rise, even men with the greatest intentions stop believing their own lies. We can borrow from the future, but eventually someone's got to pay. The only way out of the cycle is to strike out and pave your own way. Our own fight. Will you fuel the desire when always struggling with the truth of the life that might have been? But no matter how jagged your path is, you'll always come back to the road when the dust of the battle settles. The war still rages within.
how's business?
Oh, good, good. Herr Doctor's research and staffing service certainly help.
I hear World Marshal's looking for a buyer.
Well, you cost them a lot of money, huh? Not to mention killing their funding. Literally. The break-taking program is finished, but the larger company is not, I'm afraid. Someone will buy them. PMCs are in demand once again.
Yeah. Fighting for reasons they don't understand. Causes they don't believe in.
Beg pardon?
No. Nothing.
So, your mind is made? You will not come back?
Sorry, Boris.
I understand. But then, what will you do?
I've got my own war to fight.